Hello, internet friends, and welcome to episode number 171 of Final Boss TV, where I remember to turn down the intro music so it's not super freaking loud like it was last week. I'm sorry. I forget things, all right? Jeez. But this is the pre-BlizzCon special, and of course, I am your host. My name is Adam K, aka Bay, as it is per usual every single week. But thank you very much for tuning in today. This one and the post-BlizzCon special coming up on November the 11th, that's going to be Preach and Novel on that show, is going to, they've been like tradition, right? However, today, it's a little bit different. So I'm excited to announce a partnership, let me change all my art here, with Wowhead. So right there it is, right there. Now, if you're living under a rock and you don't know what Wowhead is, as I have to fumble over and switch all my scenes around, Wowhead is a fantastic resource where you can find literally everything about World of Warcraft: patch notes, class changes, class encounter guides, WoW, everything, right? And of course, all the spoilery bits. And the biggest thing that I always use when I go to WoW is the Today in WoW. You can change the realms here. This is all like where you can find out when like the Warfront's going, contributing, where all the emissaries, if you're still doing Legion stuff for the allied race, all this stuff. That is all, of course, on Wowhead. But I'm mostly just worried about now that Ketsu has to deal with me way more than she had to previously. But I think I'll be okay. I should be fine, right? I shouldn't have to worry about my ankles at all. But we should be all right on that front going forward. But of course, I will not be sitting in this chair without these nerds. So thank you very much for supporting the show on Patreon. These nerds are at the credits tier and higher, where there is literally more show. And I'm probably going to, I'll clip the beginning of this before you guys sat down, and I'll put that on Patreon, because that wasn't a thing I had planned. That's a good story. So, but that's all over there. If you want more behind the scenes, you can follow along with the show notes. There are more podcasts. There's literally more podcasts. So if you want to know the State of Mythic Plus from last week, or the World First, World Second shows, those are, of course, over on the show's Patreon page. But that's my bookkeeping. I said the show coming up, Preach a Novel, live, we're doing this thing. Let me go over here. I'm going to unmute. Here's the real kicker. That was 3 minutes, like I said it was going to be. He's back. Oh.
We've been sitting here making fun of everything the entire time.
I
thought you
so.
could hear us. We had jokes.
Nope.
It's fine.
Nope.
There's some guy named Jesse C who's on your Patreon. That ain't me. I don't sponsor this nonsense.
What's funny about that is that he actually complimented your beard, and one of the questions of the show today is from him.
I trimmed it. Oh, I trimmed that, so...
Yeah.
Sorry?
Well, I mean, it's totally fine. I didn't really see that. I was going to kill the music. I was going to say hi to Crendor, because he was actually not here for the intro. How is your coffee, sir?
Oh, it's, pretty good.
I just left the camera on him the entire time. I just wasn't. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
I think Jesse and I both are just
What?
Yeah.
What? Pardon? No, we had a whole thing going on. When you were doing your intro, we were doing the countdown like we were using DBM. We were like 5.
Oh no.
We were doing the whole thing.
3,
we thought we were in.
2,
we thought everyone heard our
1.
amazing jokes. No one heard them.
No one heard it. No, yeah, I had to.
Failure.
I mute for the
Wow.
bookkeeping. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
was there any gems that you need to reiterate, or are they lost forever?
There was, but it's gone now.
They're washed
The world will
away.
never know.
Oh.
Gone.
That's like the equivalent, just like somebody telling a joke, and you're just like, you repeat it? It's like, no,
No,
it's lost.
we
gone.
can't do it. Sorry, it's gone for good. But if you buy our new CD,
There it is.
See, that's right, our brand new CD for $14.99, Talks and Crendisms, you can get some of our amazing witty banter, such as Crendor.
Hey, we're working over here.
Oh, okay.
And $14.99.
That's a deal.
Hi, we're welcome. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Hello.
hi, Jesse. Hi, Crendor. Oh man. Well, I mean, that's a good enough bit for opening Bants. I had to make sure. Is there anything you need to shout out at the beginning of this besides Crendor's coffee or your CD? I guess you just did. You have a little more time. Shout outs right now.
Shout outs?
Sure.
Shout out to Vincent D'Onofrio, who retweeted me today.
Oh, no.
I feel real good about that. Thanks, Vincent. Huge fan of Kingpin in season 3 of Daredevil. Keep it up, buddy. There's my shout out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing.
How do you take your coffee, Crendor? What's in the coffee? Is it just...
Oh, it's just black.
Okay. No sugar,
The
no
only
nothing?
way to drink. No. Yeah, it's if you want to destroy the flavor of the pure coffee bean,
Sure.
then yeah, you could add sugar or cream or whatever. But really, you get some good beans, you grind them up, you make the coffee,
Right.
and that's perfect. It's like putting an ice cube in wine or something. Like, why would you do that?
Ugh. Oh, geez, don't say that.
That's what I'm saying. Putting cream and sugar in coffee is like doing that.
I like a good latte, so oops. Oops.
Oops.
Well, you probably
Yeah.
put ice cubes in your wine.
I don't, but I do sangria the hell out of some wine sometimes. I like fruit in my wine. I'm a classy broad. What can
Listen.
I say?
I see like lots of people put ice cubes in wine. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people put cream and sugar in their coffee too.
Yep.
And they're all wrong.
No.
I think you should be able to drink or eat however you want. So what I think.
I think he's wrong.
I'll agree with Jesse on this one, so that's okay with that.
Maybe white wine. All right.
Oh, okay.
Maybe white wine. Definitely not
what?
red wine. What? White wine is like a lighter, crispier wine, so the ice cube.
What about a
doesn't
nice
matter as much.
rosé? What about a fruit-forward rosé? Would you say some ice cubes in that?
Maybe you start teetering on the teeter-totter at that point.
I agree, but I feel like, if it's more of a subtle hint of barley and oak and a little fruit forward, I feel like once it has sort of a tongue evaporation point of under 3, I feel like you could really go for some ice at that point.
What?
No, when you get to the oaky flavor, you can't disrupt that. You
Of
can't
course,
disrupt
of course.
the oak. The oak
You're
is
right.
pure barrel. You want to taste that barrel, and when you put
How
ice in
foolish of
that,
me.
you're diluting the aging process.
Right. You need sort of a pine barrel if you're going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm
And
so
you're
dumb.
gonna dilute your entire experience. Is what.
Of
it's saying.
course. How foolish of me.
You know,
Yeah.
I was thinking I should need to make a lot of show notes, right? Because I could just open the show and it's basically Cox and Crendor featuring some other guy from the internet.
Oh yeah.
And that's literally what this could be for
I'm
almost
so
2 hours.
sorry.
No, it's-
I think-
this is a bad idea.
Oh,
I feel like we take over any show we're on.
That's totally fine. It's just the chemistry level is just. I mean, chat's sitting right here next to me. And you can see their reactions and stuff too. But because
I've trained in the art of derailing streams for years.
that's fair.
Years.
Yeah.
I've acquired just one of the expert derailers, Clint Hackelman of Mindflame. I think I learned a lot from him, and that just kind of carried into my own style.
That is going
Yeah.
to be a. I'm going to listen to that fishing when I'm on my flights. That's definitely in my queue. 'Cause
Yeah,
that one
it was nice
interested me.
catching up with him, and
Yeah.
he went into all his old machinima stuff. Pretty sweet.
So, I guess for the first real note that I put here, I'm going to go over to Jesse on this one. And you've dabbled in quite a lot over the past years, even expanding
boy.
your recent exploits to co-creating an internet television show with Michelle Morrow, producing
I
a
did.
heckin' video game.
I
which is
did.
charming as hell, I would say. It is super adorable. And, of course, hosting, continuing to build up CoxCon.
Yeah.
So all of that being said, what do you have on your plate right now or coming up in the future that you could tease a bit or, Salt
Oh
Bay
my
around?
goodness.
What do you got going on, sir?
Coming soon, a new Monster Prom DLC. For those of you who have not played Monster Prom, it's a delightful game, a competitive dating sim where you and your friends try to date monsters and go to prom. BlizzCon coming up. I'm going to be there. Doing what? Probably having too much to drink in the Hilton Hotel.
There you go.
See you there. And then God, I'm doing very little the rest of the year. I have mostly just shows on the internet now. Thank God. Traveling sucks.
I agree.
Yeah, that's my plan.
You're finally on my page. Traveling sucks.
You know what? For the rest of the year, it sucks. Then I need a refresh, and then then we'll shoot back off next year and go crazy. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing. I mean, I don't know. What are you looking for? You looking for like secrets?
I was
looking for
waiting.
secrets. You want me to tell you the secrets about what I'm doing?
Yeah. What are
the secrets from their flesh?
What?
No, you will not.
Call back to Scarlet Monastery.
I was mostly waiting for Crendor. That right there. We got it. We has to wait for it. It percolated. Yeah. Just like his coffee.
Percolation.
Yeah. Yep. So I guess then I'll throw it over to Crendor then. This is from your Twitter. It's been 6 years since you pointed this out on Twitter anyway, that you made the Lucky Do rap, which I'm sure still gets stuck in people's head all over the place.
Yes. I've had many people tell me it's still stuck in their head. They'll revisit it and
for
it gets
6
stuck
years.
in their head.
That's I don't know if that's the way to live or the best way to live.
I mean, I'm happy with my decision of creating that. I mean, it was intended to be a Guild Wars 2 rap.
What
is gonna be the Dolyak rap? Because we were playing Guild Wars 2 at the time, and it just came out, and I was like, "Oh, the Dolyaks! I can make a Dolyak rap." And then Pandaria came along, and I was like, "You know what? It's probably fit better with the Lucky Do guys, the Grummels." And I was like, "All right, let's swap it over." And then I did.
Mostly because he would not stop doing the voice. Leveling up, just doing that stupid Grummel voice.
They were great.
The worst.
They were fantastic. They were like the Tortolan of that expansion.
You know what? Nothing is like the Tortolans of any expansion. The Tortolans are perfect little baby sweethearts. Can I tell you? I'm gonna derail the podcast with the best story ever.
Go for it.
All right. So during the process of leveling in this delightful new expansion that we have, and this was off camera, and to the day I die will be my greatest mistake. The area I'm trying to think of it's one of the alliance zones. So like the one where it's sort of like up north. It's Storm Song, I think, right?
Okay. Yeah, Storm Song.
Along the coast, there's a little Tortolan area where the goblins are sort of messing up everything, and there's oil slicks everywhere. And there's one quest there where you jump on the back of a turtle, and you start throwing bombs at the various venture company or whoever's there. And after that quest was over, I went to go turn it in. And as you walk up to the shoreline to turn it in, all the Tortolan children come running up to you, and they're like, "Yay! We love you!" And they cheer you on. As I did that, keep in mind, 2 days before, just to set this up, 2 days before, I had just done the achievement where you go around in the enemy territory and just start murdering people. And eventually you get a buff and a debuff, and if you can live through like killing 10 more guys, you get a title that's called like the Alliance Slayer in my case, right? So I have this Mojo Maker, the Alliance Slayer. As I come up, like striding up to this beach, as all these Tortolans are like, "Yay!" And they come running up to me. A wave of like 40 Alliance roll through and just like two-shot me. And there's my dead body as all these Tortolans are like, "Yay!" Just cheering on this dead troll. And it's truly one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. And they're just like, "We love you! You're our best friend!" And there's just a dead body. It was amazing. So there you go. That's my favorite memory of this expansion so far.
Oh, so far. It wasn't even anything to do with Jaina yet. Wow, that's a question for later on, but I guess we've already answered that. Damn. But the rest of the bit to Crendor then, to go back to that one, was that, and even more, I was going with the 6-year point, but I think you put your first machinima out 9 years ago, I want to say. It'll
be 10 years in January.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that's when I started. And
that's
so,
crazy.
10 years later, still here, still doing it, even though many people would be like, "That seems like a dumb thing to do." And I was like, well, it probably is, but I'm going to keep doing it. And I did.
I will say, not to keep derailing, is that your time machine, your time capsule, your Wayback Machine video about the old vanilla WoW forums, That video is really good. If you haven't checked that out yet.
Many controversies, as I've been tweeted by people. Pretty much the reason I made the video was just to be like, hey, you know, like people back then would be like, this game's dying, this is dumb, blah, blah. I wasn't like, nobody should ever criticize World of Warcraft ever. But people were making it seem like they're like, when you bring down those people, you bring down all complaints of the game. And I'm like, no, you don't. Like, you can tell the difference between somebody writing an actual like thing like, oh, these are the things wrong with the game, here's why. And you're like, okay, yeah, they should fix that. Instead of like, this game's bad, why are you still playing it?
We did that years ago as well.
Yeah.
I think there's a video, I don't know what it's called, but you and I made a video like in 2011 called WoW is Dead, I think.
Oh yeah.
And it was a video where it's literally just us doing the same thing, but just going back to 2007. So nothing's ever changed. People are still gonna complain. That's just what it is.
Yeah, oh yeah. World of Warcraft is Dead, a film by Jesse Cox and Crendor.
Yeah,
a film, not a film.
A film.
A film.
A film.
A film. Yeah. An old-timey film.
Mm-hmm.
June 17th,
it never changes.
2011.
Yeah, I was right.
Yep.
We've done it before. This never changes. People will always complain and be like, and the reason why is because it's dead to them. Sure. Like, they have one thing they don't like, and so they're like, I need people on the internet to confirm my beliefs that this is dead. And the only responses you're going to get are yes, or you're an idiot, go away. There's no in between.
Yep.
Like the one guy, he's like, you're diminishing everyone's complaints with that video. And I was like, I don't think I'm diminishing like well thought out, constructed criticisms of the game compared to like, this game lost subs, this game is dead, this game is bad because it's bad.
Yeah.
Like, I would hope that somebody could decipher the difference between the two.
Yeah, it's all preference based, and this is one of the things that every time I see someone who's like, this is the worst expansion yet, I'm over here like, this is the most fun I've had in a while. Right? I clearly am not on the same wavelength of you.
Well,
I'm just like, I enjoy the hell out of this one.
I've enjoyed it. The thing is, like, I can get where some of the thing, like, I think Azerite gear is bad, especially the fact that it's like you can get a piece of Azerite gear that is like a higher level, but with worse talents on it. So you're like, oh, okay. And then all the old, like every last boss of a dungeon dropped Azerite gear. So you get to that boss and be like, why even do the end boss? I don't even need to do it because it just drops Azerite gear and I don't need it.
Right.
So that was
depends on what your best in slot is, my dude.
Don't see, now you're getting into my territory. So you both know Nobble, and I've known Nobble for years.
Yeah, we're aware.
And that poor sweet summer child and his adorable filthy casualness is trying to like step up in BFA. So I had a huge like 40-minute session with him on stream a couple of nights ago where I was like, you can do this and look at this resource, go to this website and use this add-on and then use that and get that string, put that in here and then know this and then all this stuff because he doesn't know. And it's so cute. But all of those, it's funny because this is the next topic point that I was going to bring up because I was going to say that we start off with the silliness to take, you know, the internet edge off of this topic. And I was going to ask you the current state of BFA when you're already there, right?
Oh, so sure.
We're already talking about it.
We're moving fast.
Yeah, you gotta keep up. Come on, keep up with us.
They're ahead of my own show notes. Yeah, exactly.
Because throw those notes out the window.
We all need them. I don't need them anymore. But we all play the game so differently. I mean, even the other day on Crendor's stream, he was just in his Warlord's garrison doing mounts.
Oh, that's all I do now.
Yeah.
I farm mounts. That's why at the same time people are like, well, what are your criticisms of BFA and stuff? And I'm like, listen, maybe it is bad because I'm just farming mounts and I don't even want to do the like BFA stuff. Right. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, there's like what island expeditions like.
Can I tell you? I've been doing a lot of those lately. I originally was like, man, I hate these. These are stupid. And I think, truthfully, I think originally they probably were, but the more Blizz adds to them and the more they change up the island expeditions, and now there's Mogu invasions and stuff, and you can go to like magical vaults and things. There's so much more added to it. And now that people are starting to figure out how to get items You don't have to spam mythics unless you're trying for the achievement. You can run on normal and just run through and kill all the rares and stuff. I think people are looking at them wrong, but at the same time, I think that the like a Wrathy Highlands thing.
Oh, the Warfront.
Yeah.
I can see the end game in that, because I can see like, oh, well, at a certain point in this expansion, there's going to be like 3 of those things running. So there's something to do all the time. But currently, in its current state, it's literally just like the waiting game. And you're just like, okay, we're doing a thing. I feel like that's the biggest complaint I have is once you do it once or twice, it's kind of like, well, that was about 40 minutes of being bored. And now I guess I'll like go wait until I can farm the rares.
I
think that's the biggest problem for me at the moment is that.
I wish the rares reset even like every week just for everybody. Like the fact you gotta wait so long for the rares to reset, it's like, oh my god, I don't like that.
Also, the Horde is lazy as crap. I've learned this. The Horde, when we get those things where you have to do, this is true. This is the first expansion that I've actually leveled and not paid. I'll just be like, I'm 110 now because I bought the expansion or whatever for my Alliance character, because I always have this Alliance alt that I never use, but I just keep leveling up with all my free levels that I get for buying expansions. And so this time I'm like, F it, I'm going to do it. On the Alliance, when those quests pop to get a Wrathy back, they're like at 70% on day 2. The Horde is just like, well, it's been a week and a half. I guess we should do this. Like, they're so slow. I don't know. It's just something I've noticed, but we should speed that up, guys, because I really want to do those more.
I don't know why. There was actually some speculation on Reddit, I'm sure, of all places, that was saying that the contribution turn-ins from players aren't really what drives it. It's kind of like the Mage Tower and the stuff in Legion, where it just teeter-totters kind of organically. Because Blizzard wants the cadence to have enough time to squeeze in the other Warfronts, right? Because if they were all at the same time, it's way too much. So I think there's something there where people just kind of at this point like, well, it'll be up in a week. Sure, all right, I'll have to do this. I'll do this on Saturday.
Well, you can. That's why you can see the sort of long game Blizzard's thinking about with the end of the expansion, how there's gonna be multiples of them going on, and how there'll be something for you to do all the time.
Yep.
But right now, and I think that's the case with every damn expansion, because people are so short-sighted, and people only think of the now and what's happening right now in the game I'm playing right now. And every expansion has this moment where you either keep playing through there's not much to do, or you suck it up and enjoy what content they have. And if you don't like it, you can do what I did in the beginning of Legion, which I literally just like left for 4 months and then came back when they were like on the, what was it, Tomb of Sargeras. And I came back and was like, cool, I'm back. And then played the rest of it, because then by that point there was so much stuff to do, and you don't have to like keep playing it. It's still just a video game. It's all right, y'all.
Well, that was my thing, is like I've just kind of made my own fun by doing mount farming and everything. Like I still get my enjoyment out of it. I'm like, oh, am I gonna get a mount? And instead of, raiding and like trying to get epic gear or something, I just go to old raids and try to get my mounts. And it's like, oh man, 1% drop, it's not here. And then when you get it, it's like, woo, that was fun. And you get a mount.
Did anyone notice? Did anyone notice that Crendor actually spoke of something that should be exciting, but none of his cadence or anything that he did changed at all?
Oh, hold on. You heard the woo. That was in there. That was pretty impressive. That's a rarity. That's a rarity right there. Right. You know what? If I had to say anything else about the expansion, that isn't like BS related about like the content in it, the story of the expansion.
Ooh, yes.
I think is, for me, it's fascinating, because it's like watching Blizzard finally try to actually tell a story rather than, it's true, like in the past, Blizzard stories have been very broad and non-specific, if that makes any sense. Like it's they're trying to tell you a story because they're stuck in an MMORPG and everyone's character is different and does different things, and most of the time it's like Thrall showed up and did all the work, really, or Jaina did it, or the dragons did it, and you were just like there along for the ride. And I think this time they're actually trying to tell a story, but because they box themselves in with that whole like it's everyone's story.
Yeah.
The problem is now that by telling a story and creating characters that are more complicated than normal, we'll say. There's a lot of things that great example. I was just thinking about this the other day, and this is, I'm sure everyone's talked about forever, but literally me as, you know, the character of Mojo Maker, but just as me, Jesse, the player as well. Yo, I don't trust Sylvanas. I don't like Sylvanas. Never have. Sylvanas has always been, go back, play it when Vanilla Classic WoW comes out. Go look at how her relationship with the Horde is. Everyone's like, okay, you can be in, but none of us like you. And the only reason why we're inviting you is because we don't want to lose to the Alliance. Like, that's it. That is as simple as it gets. They're just like, this girl is trouble. She is trouble. No one wants her around. And then the entire storyline from there is everyone's like, yeah, no, she's still bad. She's still doing terrible things, but like, we need her. Yeah. And then the idea of them promoting her to War Chief is just for me like, as a proud troll, my hashtag not my War Chief. Like, it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen, especially after Garrosh. It would not happen.
You're waiting for Zakan to become the new War Chief in training, right?
No, the hell with that.
Oh, no! Savvy boy.
There's only one. No, the hell with that. There's only one person I follow. I said this, and I know Terran's in here because I said it to him 2 years ago. I said it to him back at the beginning of Legion. Only one man I follow. Follow him to the grave. Sarfang. I love that dude. He's the only one who doesn't want to be leader, and that's why he's the best. And so I'm glad they're giving Sarfang like his moment to shine finally. After all these years, I'm like, my dude.
Right.
He was always #1 in my heart. So I love that. But on the flip side, God, never mind. It's kind of spoilery. Let's just say I went to Wowhead and read. I went to Wowhead and read 8.1 stuff, and so I know what's coming. And I think on the flip side, if I was, say, a undead warlock, the events in the future, I would be like, no, the hell with this. No, why? Right? And so I think because the story is driving us towards a point and telling I think the story is very good. I like what they're doing with the Horde. But it also feels like your character has no control over what their actions are. You're just a part of it.
Agency.
And so, and I think that's the problem they box themselves into. But at the same time, on the Alliance side, holy crap, the Jaina Proudmoore story is great. I think the whole storyline with the Alliance and Kulturas and all that stuff is just like Drustvar. Holy crap. What an amazing, amazing zone that is. That whole place is so much fun. I love that shit. Also, I said shit. I'm sorry. Shoot?
Shoot?
Oh, I love that shoot.
Oh, shoot.
The only thing I didn't like with BFA lore stuff was the kind of Black Panther shoehorned in for the
I do have a question about that.
Because, well, it's just like...
Terran's in chat right now. Terran Gregory.
Terran Gregory.
Is there a version, and I don't mean this is like a rude thing, like where I'm, you know, shoot talking on Zandalar. I think Zandalar is amazing. But is there a version of Zandalar before everyone on staff went to go see Black Panther? Because I feel like out of nowhere, like, what was the production time on this? Because I know there was a version of Zandalar before one saw Black Panther, because Black Panther ain't that old. So I want to know, what was it like? Because I imagine it was like, hey, man, we just trolls and we're awesome. And they were like, we should make it like Black Panther. It has to be. I refuse to accept any other answers.
The thing is, like, I wouldn't mind it if it was like a couple little instances, like how Blizzard's done it before, like Harris Pilton, stuff like that. You're like, hey, it's Harris Hilton. Or like, you know, if they put in a troll that was always like Zandalar forever. But like the fact that everybody is like that, I'm like, it just kind of takes me out of it a bit and sees them as like less of a Warcraft thing and more of a like goofy pop culture reference.
Yeah, we've never had that with a full faction, right? Like we've had pop culture references and everything we've done in this game. It's just part of it. And like, it's easy to accept and it's fun. There's a lot of fun things like that, but we've never had a faction go full pop culture reference. And that's exactly what this is. It isn't bad. I'm not like, oh no, they made it Wakanda. Like, I don't care, but I would love to know, just for my own sanity, what it was like. Like, what was the like alpha version of Zandalar like? Because I know it wasn't like this. It couldn't have been.
Then Pandaria, they had the Zandalari trolls. And I think they were more just like that one guy. I kill him every week for mounts, and he's like, "Take your trinkets." in the whatever it is. The same dungeon with the dragon who's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yo, I want that mount so badly. Man, I want that mount. Also, that is my favorite boss. Whoa. I don't know what that, when he's like revving up and he's like, establishing a role.
He's like, systems have been annihilated. Whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Oh, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So all of these memories, notions, and not quote unquote not shots fired at Taryn Gregory, who may or may not even know your question because he's not on the production team. But hey, he has to know. I know he knows.
Oh,
he has to know. To flip the script on that, the obligatory follow-up to this whole discussion point is, and we talked about it. By the way,
point of order, we love Taryn Gregory. Taryn is a sweetheart. He's one of the best. The only reason why I feel that is I've known him so long. It's the only reason why I feel like I can harass him. How long? Oh my God, 2009, 8?
Damn, longer than me.
7 maybe? Longer than Crendor. So I love that man. He's a good person. He can tolerate me harassing him.
Yeah, I bet the same. I went to Germany with this man, and we just sat around at some street side bar restaurant, drinking beer and talking. Well, I was drinking wine because again, opening show, wine guy. Talking about film nerd stuff and like getting him to like slap his knees about me picking up little things that they did with camera movements or lighting or the camera motivations. So yeah, absolutely, I'm on the same page. That stuff is super fun.
Yeah.
You recorded For Return 2 in 2006.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh gosh. So 12
I did
years?
that from a booty microphone that on like a Windows 95 computer. Oh yeah. Ooh. You can tell too. It's terrible. It's very bad.
So you're talking about old, and it's the hot topic right now. What are your guys' thoughts on classic World of Warcraft coming out? And do you think it's going to fix all the problems that Reddit thinks it's going to fix? Or whatever.
Can I ask a question? Of
course.
What does it think? As a person who has played Warcraft, I live that life. As a person who's played it since beta of vanilla and has gone through and had a server first guild throughout all of vanilla and all of Burning Crusade and all of Wrath. What are they looking for exactly? Because let me tell you, vanilla wasn't like this is I think the problem at the time. Vanilla was revolutionary.
Of course.
Like World of Warcraft was revolutionary. And I think at that time, I had friends who were playing EverQuest. I came from Final Fantasy XI. The fact that in Final Fantasy XI, you couldn't not be in a party after like level 14, it sucked. All I wanted to do was play, and people were just like, you can't do that. Going to a game that you could just solo up to max level was incredible. Mind you, the solo process wasn't nearly as... People talk so much crap on Cataclysm. Go back, do the old world stuff in Cataclysm. Like, do the Cataclysm stuff. That leveling is so fluid and so much fun and so well put together. You're out of your mind if you think that vanilla was anywhere near that. Vanilla was like, you hit 50, find your own fun.
Yeah,
it was a mess. I hope they put a lot of other things, like maybe use the Burning Crusade systems for vanilla or for classic. I don't know what they're gonna do. I guess we'll find out in 2 weeks.
That will be at the demo, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like it's one of those things where people remember the fun they had and remember the experiences they had in the community and what it was like, because at that point in their life it was something amazing. But be warned, internet, many people mistake that for like good, and I think this is one of those things that a lot of people are going to be disappointed in, that it's not what they wanted because it's not what they remembered.
Right.
And yeah, I have no clue. This is good on Blizzard for doing something for community and letting the community like this is a good thing that they're doing it. But I know the community, and I know people are going to be like, "This isn't what we were promised." What were you promised, dog? What were you promised?
There's going to be those people. They're like, "This tree has 12 polygons. Back in vanilla, out at 3."
No, stop.
This is crazy. So they'd be like, but I mean, I feel like there's going to be the hardcore people that have like really pushed for it and play on, you know, certain servers that are, those servers that have already, then there's going to be the people who are like, hey, I'll check this out. I never played vanilla WoW. And some people might like it. They might be like, oh, it's more of an RPG, like less of a modernized, simplistic style of game. And they might play it. And then there's the people who probably play it and be like, this is boring, and quit. And then there's the people who I think will play it just for nostalgia, like me. Like, I just want to level to 60 and be like, oh my god, this gives me flashbacks to when this happened. And, like, have a like nostalgia trip and then level a rogue and gank people.
Wait. I have to interject for a moment there. You're gonna level to 60 in about 2 months, though, right? You gotta remember.
Oh well, I'm gonna live stream it. I'm gonna follow Joanna's leveling hunter guide.
Oh god,
I'll be there in like 8 days. 8 days.
Hell yes. Hell yes. Hell yes.
And so, yeah, I think it'll be fun for that. But like, I have no desire to want to raid or do, like, maybe I'll PvP. It's more of like, I view it as something where if there's downtime, like between WoW, like patching and a patch getting boring and waiting for a new one, people might be like, oh, let's hop on old WoW and do some stuff. And then, back and forth.
I want to play it because I know during that first launch week, the internet's gonna be crazy.
Oh,
Twitch is gonna be filled with people playing it. It's gonna be huge. It'll be fun to be involved in sort of the ethos of the moment, right? But like, I'm terrified of it. I'm genuinely scared because anyone who did the Molten Core event, the anniversary Molten Core event, I'll remember this. It'll be on my deathbed. I'll remember this. Literally, we're like 4 bosses in. It's been 2 hours, and some kid's just like, so we're almost done, right? And I almost died. I was like, oh, sweet summer child, you know not the pain. Like, oh, you have no clue. People running back, getting killed by core hounds. I was just like, no, God, no. All the memories, they're coming back. Oh,
the big thing is, I think the hardcore people that want the old WoW, they want the community sense back, where it was like all the people on the server play together, they raid together. There's no cross-realm things. There's none of that. So I think it's probably community is the biggest thing they want. Like, if you raid, all those people you're raiding with. Well, if we did this Molten Core, it's a bunch of like LFR randos being like, Molten Core.
And I think it also has to do with the idea of, what a silly term, but like the air quotes wrath babies, those people that joined later because it was huge at the time. I think that they missed out on that. So when they went back to it, they had no knowledge of what the past was. And I think by leveling in that realm, they'll very quickly learn. Like, you won't make assumptions about what things should be. You'll be like, oh, everything's a lot more difficult. It doesn't have that casual forward attitude of more recent titles.
Yeah, like I remember, for an example, everyone's like, oh man, you didn't have Group Finder back then. You had to, find your party in the chat. And it was like sometimes like, yeah, that's cool. You can find your party. And then I remember being in Lower Blackrock Spire and being like, I got to get a tune for Onyxia. And I'm like, all right, we're halfway through. And the guy's like, I don't need this. I'm done. Quits. And then you're just in the instance like, well, who wants to go back and find another person for Lower Blackrock Spire? And then someone else leaves.
Oh, man.
Like, even raid nights, which were like, all right, everyone, we're going to do this. Oh, we only have 34, so we can't do it. Like, okay, cool. So Blizzard has made, and I think this is a thing people need to understand, Blizzard has made conscious, smart choices since that time. And a lot of people are like, well, it wasn't like it was, for good reason. Because as much as we love the idea of 40 friends coming together to battle a big-ass dragon, we remember that part. Yep. But we very few of us remember the whole like, no Onyxia tonight because we don't have enough people, so come back tomorrow, guys. Like, that sucked. That was never fun.
That's only after you got everyone even attuned in the first place.
Right. Oh my God, Black Temple attunement. That was Burning Crusade, and that was still like the dark times.
Yep.
That was bad. Yeah.
We'll definitely see. I'm curious because the demo at BlizzCon, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like, you could level an orc or a human. You can only go in Northshire and the Abbey, and it's going to be like all blocked off, or you can only go in the Durotar starting bottom part of the little kidney bean, and that's it. And you can like go around and cast Wrath 12 times to kill one mob on your druid.
They said you can spend a talent point.
Oh,
so
God!
I'm curious if like you will be in the starting zone, or like if they'll let you get to level 10 and then spend your point and then it's over?
Oh, man, I feel like Blizzard is known to give you 2 experiences, right? So if you ever did, like, I'm trying to think of BlizzCon's past. Like, there was always StarCraft story mode, StarCraft competitive. There was always Diablo story mode, Diablo Arena. When they had Arena, there was always Warcraft. You were doing high level, like a dungeon, or Warcraft, you were doing the starting zone. So I wonder if it would be Warcraft, if they're smart. This is what they would do because it'd be hilarious. Warcraft starting zone, Warcraft Lower Blackrock Spire is what I would like, a 5-man nonsensical fun time so people can like re-experience that. I don't know. Oh my god. Or what is that stupid dwarf zone?
Dun Moreau.
No, oh my god.
I was gonna say that's not stupid. That's a very fun zone in the snows, and I like it.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
The dwarf
zone.
They will give you like some like fun stuff to do, I think. So I don't know.
Yeah. One thing I always liked about the old talent trees was that you got a point every level, and I feel like there's something to that.
Oh, Blackrock Depths is what I was thinking.
Oh, BRD.
Yeah, that one. Dude, I hated BRD.
And I think that'd be one to be like, you want this? Enjoy BRD. Like, people would lose their mind, be like, I don't want this anymore. Tears. Kids been crying. Oh, Lord.
One
because
thing,
you're only gonna have so much time on the demo floor, right? So they'd be like, here, go into BRD, and you get 30 minutes. You can get one of 19 bosses and encounters down. Have fun.
Well, like when you level now, even when you level up, it's like, hey, you leveled up, and there's no like, oh man, I get to do something. Because I was saying, I don't even care if it was useful or not. It could be like, you leveled up, pick a color, and I'd be like green, and they'd be like, there you go, you're green. And it wouldn't mean anything, but I would feel good because it gave me a reward for leveling up.
If Crendor ran WoW,
that's what would happen.
I miss the old days of. I know. I think maybe this is my like nostalgia problem, is especially being a shaman. I miss the shaman-y things that they've sort of taken away to make everything more like, well, if you're enhancement, you just fight. You don't really throw down totems. And if you're like a resto, well, you really heal, so you don't really like do all that much fighting stuff. And so I want to like relive the days when I was just like 50 totems. Everyone's getting Wind Fury. It's crazy up in here. Like, I love that. So maybe that's worth going back for.
Yeah.
Only because I miss that feeling of just like spamming crap all over the place. Like, here's an elemental, and here's an elemental, and I got like 50 raptors. It's fun. Like, I love that stuff.
We'll have to see. They have a very teeter-tottery potential with the classic demo. I think it's awesome that the virtual ticket gets it to play at home. That's huge.
Yeah.
Like, that's wicked cool. Everyone's like, it's $50 to play classic WoW demo. What is this? And you literally get everything for 6 games, all right? And the entirety to watch BlizzCon for 2 weeks in case you missed a certain awesome panel.
You're paying for BlizzCon, and that's part of what comes with it, not the other way around.
That's just the internet. However, I want to shift gears completely. We have some segments I really want to get to that are going to be really fun. But first off, we're talking about manscaping.
Go on.
Yes. Before Twitch chat and the YouTube comments jump to conclusions, which is already too late because I left that really awkward pause and Jesse's face is perfect. I gotta ask, because Crendor has gone through a metamorphosis as of the last maybe couple of years. So what kind of hair care products are you using on that mane, sir?
Same as always. I just use Trader Joe's was it tea tree oil peppermint shampoo thing? No, but if they want to send me some, and then you condition it, and that's it.
Is that, do you do the hair and the beard the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
And really, it's everything else you just let happen.
What about you, Jesse? What do you use? Do you have any beard oils lately that you've been dabbling in to keep
No, I think beard oils, I feel like, make my beard sticky and gross, and I don't like them. I don't like feeling weighed down in the face more than I have to. Yeah, I don't know. You just like take care of it and you trim that. Like you do an everyday sort of like, how do I want to look and feel today? And then you just go to town, man. You gotta take care of it. You don't want it to get crazy. Then you're gonna look like some sort of backwoodsman. And like you came out of the woods looking for some food to take back to your cabin where you keep the bodies. I don't know.
What? I zoned out.
Sorry, what?
I awkwardly changed cameras to Crendor, and he's just nodding. Where you put the bodies? Oh, yeah.
I was like zoned out because I was looking up a thing, and then I heard like the bodies, and I was like, wait, what?
That was really good. Basically, Crendor right now. I don't know. Yeah. I have another Crendor-ish question we'll ask later. But
right.
Now we brought up manscaping, so let's get a little more uncomfortable in mostly a silly and awkward way. So I'm doing this just for Jesse's facial reactions. Can we get some GIFs of this man after this show? I need these. Oh, gosh. But we'll go over to Crendor on this one first. So part of how you're known on the internet is your voice, how you speak, the cadence, and that like calm ASMR tone, which some would say is this unenthusiastic kind of persona.
Very dry.
But that's literally just who you are.
Yeah. It's when I first started YouTube, I actually was more like trying to get across as like a hello everyone. How's it going? I'm Wow Crendor. And I did that. What the hell is that? Yeah, exactly. If you go back to any of my old videos, you'll hear it. I like try to be like the entertainment guy, like let's get ready to rumble. I'm like, hello everyone. Oh, and so then I just slowly lost my motivation and will. And then I just, went back to and I'm like, hey, this is actually me. This is how I talk, whatever. And everyone's like, whoa, can you crank that bass?
It's like the light just faded in his eyes that he's telling that story. Well, so you've done like weird, I guess sometimes say weird, depending on if you appreciate ASMR
Probably
or not.
Weird.
Probably weird. But have you ever thought of doing like an audiobook or been approached about doing an audiobook?
I actually do that for my $10 plus Patreon subscribers.
Oh, that was not meant to be a shameless plug, but now I'm happy it was. Now I'm happy it was.
Plugs are the best plugs.
So
very good. I just do that every like once or twice or once every like week or two. I just do like an audiobook thing, and then there's people that are like, this is the only reason I'm still here on this Patreon. And I'm like, nice.
I don't think Jesse's gonna come back on my show again. He's gonna see me at BlizzCon and just look at me.
Oh no,
this
is nothing to do with you. Trust me.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with you. We're good.
So in front of you, you have the what we're going to happen here, because I was wondering if you do audiobook stuff, well, how about if you did a series, and this could be one of your Patreon tiers too, or whatever you like to do it, but let's try an alpha test of Crendor reads WoWpedia.
All right. I got this open. Here we go.
I have given Crendor the original, because we went on the classic WoW theme, right? It's almost like I built a little narrative here. This is going to be the original description of the Deadmines, and I'm going to cue up the background music from the Deadmines, and if you also want to read these like 3 paragraphs here, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to hit the button.
All right.
This is a mistake.
Just tell me when.
Let me unmute and go for it, sir.
The Deadmines are expansive, winding tunnels dug out under Westfall and part of northwestern Stranglethorn Vale. It is the lowest level Alliance instance, and is populated by members of the Defias Brotherhood. Well, let me crank my bass. Yeah. Its entrance can be accessed in the town of Moonbrook in southern Westfall, while its exit is located in the western part of Dagger Hills, near the ocean. The Deadmines is the center of Defias operation, led by ambitious Edwin Van Cleef, who is constructing a juggernaut at the bottom of the mines with the aid of the goblins. Many quests occur in and around the Deadmines. I'll keep going. Prior to the First War, the Deadmines were the greatest gold production center in human lands. However, they were abandoned during the First War. During that time, Sir Anduin Lothar ventured into the perilous Deadmines on a quest to obtain the Tome of Divinity, but was captured by ogres and held captive for 20 months. He was ultimately rescued and successful in his mission, but it was also to the dungeons below, the Deadmines, to which Blackhand's daughter Griselda fled with the ogre Turok. Both were slain by an orcish raid. At that time, many slimes inhabited the dungeons, but have not been encountered lately. That's it.
I want to make this perfectly clear that Jesse's reaction there was really good, but the fact that I have the music playing to stream at the key moments and it fits. Oh, well. Oh no, that was amazing. Thank you,
of the goblins. I don't know why reading it like that was so funny to me. It's like 8 of the goblins.
Oh my gosh, that was really good. The music. Can we get some like final claps or any clap emote in chat for Crendor for that, please? Oh man.
Thank you.
Oh no. That was real good. That's gonna be a segment. But I mean, I have to keep this even, right? So Jesse.
What?
If the Wait,
what? What do you want?
If the Deadmines segment segment. Yeah, exactly. segment.
They
wasn't
will
enough of a
segment
giveaway.
in the wild, producing offspring.
but only half of them. A segment of the segment.
Back in 2010, you sung a song, "Welcome to the Deadmines."
I did do that, didn't I? Yeah.
And then
that happened.
That was with Earden. Earden? I don't know how to pronounce his name. Since then, you've done other voice work, of course, across a slew of projects. And I mean, okay, fine. You can give me a raspberry. But
yeah, that was part of my voice work. That's part of my talents. Hire me, guys.
See, now there's a two-part to this. There's a serious part. Is there a role you're holding out for in some fan-created machinima or project or something else that you can put together with your other friends? You have a huge network. Or maybe an even larger production you'd like to be the voice of someday.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? Cox and Crendor, the two-headed ogre, sells items, but they compete with themselves. Each head competes with themselves. World of Warcraft, make it happen. We can do this. One head's Crendor, do your ogre voice.
Hey, you took my shiny rock.
Right, and I'll be like, no, that's my shiny rock.
No, it's my shiny rock.
No, that's my shiny rock.
Give me that rock. And then I punch you in the face.
Right, I'm like, that's your face.
Oh, it hurt.
Oh, that hurt.
Oh, that hurt a lot.
Oh, that hurt me too. Done. Make it happen. Dang. That's amazing voice acting right there.
An amazing NPC.
Top quality NPC.
I mean, Tara,
make it happen.
Don't know why you haven't hired each of them yet, at least on a work order.
I know why, because that was terrible.
We even gave, like 2 years ago, we gave Ian the idea at BlizzCon, and he was like, yeah, I'll think about it. He's thought about it, and it's not in the game yet.
The other day, I pitched the same idea to Josh Allen. He also said, "Yeah, we'll think about it." So I think that's Blizzard for get them out of the room so we can stop talking to them.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's the equivalent of like, yeah, you know, we should work together. We'll call you.
Our people will call you. Our people will do lunch.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yep.
So you know what's coming. The internet does not know, however.
Yes.
But I want to give you an opportunity to actually, I mean, this is up to you, right? At the spur of the moment, if you actually want to put together something that's a little bit more professional, potentially, for your resume to do voice acting for Cox Door.
Professional?
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing professional about this.
So let's beef up your resume here. I have queued up, and we're on the Watch Together link right now. This is the original Warcraft 1 intro. If you would like to read and do the voiceover dialogue.
Does anyone remember what the Warcraft 1 intro sounds like? I want to know from chat. Does anyone remember? Because it is it a young Chris Metzen? I have a lot of questions about this because it is like, I don't remember the exact dialogue, but it's straight up just like, long ago, in the world of Warcraft. It is out of control. It is, I don't know what the dialogue is or what like accent that's supposed to be, but it is out of control.
I'm actually going to make a live edit to put the screen region for us to still see here. Unless you don't want people to see you when you're doing voice work.
Oh, I don't care.
Okay.
It's not going to be good, so it's not, yeah. All right. Mommy, baby, moo, baby, mommy, may. Yeah, let's do this. Well, I see what you're playing on here.
Yes. That made me laugh right when I was on Trick and Drink.
Sorry? Mommy, moo.
But yeah. So
oh, it's Bill Roper. Oh my God. One of them. In an age of chaos, two factions battled for dominance. That's literally how it sounds, y'all. It's amazing. I'm doing it. Let's go. Let's do this.
I want chat to be seen here. I'm actually gonna cover up my face. I'm gonna do this live because I actually think this is better. Because I want the chat reactions are gonna be way too good.
The intro was 2 minutes long. Oh my God.
I mean, yeah. So hopefully you remember the cadence of it, but you can read if you mess. It's fine. Are you ready to go?
I will mess this up. Yeah, I haven't looked at this, and I have not seen this intro in maybe 20 years.
Right.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. All right. So I'm going to beep you in. So in 5, 4.
Wait, are you playing it now?
Are you ready?
No, wait, hold on. Am I looking at the same thing you're looking at?
If you're on the watch.
Like this?
Yeah. See, if I hit play, it starts. You heard
the music? I see that. Oh, this is so cool. All right.
Yeah.
I've never done this before. All right.
Oh, goodness. All right. So.
All right. Mark me in. All right. Okay. Give me the beeps. Give me the beeps.
Jesse, you're on in 5, 4. Beep.
3.
Beep.
2.
1. In an age of chaos, two factions battled for dominance. That's how it sounds, y'all. That's for real how it sounds. The kingdom of Azeroth was a prosperous one. The humans who dwelt there turned the land into a paradise. That's how it sounds, y'all. The knights of Stormwind and the clerics of Northshire Abbey roam far and wide, my lord, serving the king's people with honor and justice. The well-trained armies of the king maintained a lasting peace for many generations. Then came the Orcish hordes. No one, you have to do it like the orcs. No one knew where these creatures came from, and none were prepared for the terror that they spawned. Yes.
Yoda?
Terror spawn they did. Their warriors wielded axe and spear with deadly proficiency, while others rode dark wolves as black as the moonless night.
I'm pretty sure it's still... I don't know.
Unimagined were the destructive powers of their evil magics with decay, derived from the fires of the underworld. This was before we retconned Sargeras. With an ingenious arsenal of weaponry and powerful magic, these two forces collided in a contest of cunning, intellect, and brute strength. Why we stopped at a door, I've never understood this about this entire trailer.
I don't know.
The big moment of this trailer is a door. All right. With the victor claiming dominance over the whole of Azeroth. Welcome to the world of Warcraft.
Yep.
Really? Is that where they got their name from?
Yep.
I didn't know that. Shut up. That's where it came from?
Damn.
Yep.
You learn something new every day. You learn something new every day.
Literally been in the game since Warcraft 1. Yep. I just blew Jesse's mind.
Yeah. I got nothing to say. I'm like...
It's right there on my wall right there. I have the original. Chris Metzen actually signed that. That's the original book.
Damn.
Yep.
Damn, that's impressive. I had no clue. That's how that Blizzard long game. They're playing the long con the entire time.
Yep. Absolutely. 2.5+ decades before, I'm sure they had that all planned out. Yep.
Yeah.
And you talk
but
about
for
earlier.
real, that's how that guys go find it. Like, go YouTube that trailer, and it's literally just like long ago. many people were in the world of Warcraft.
Yep.
Yeah. And then all the orcs were literally just like, yes, I'm an orc. Zug zug. That's how they talked. Man, I used to play Warcraft 1 and 2 were my jam. I played Warcraft 3 a lot, but like I played Warcraft 1 and 2. Those were some of the games I only had for a while. Like I only had Warcraft 1 as a game for a while. That's all I had. So like I love those.
My little brother was 4 years old, and I taught him how to boot up Warcraft 1 on DOS by running the DOS prompt. It's been in our family for literally forever. So that's awesome.
Yeah, man. Those games, I still have the discs somewhere around here. I don't know where, but I have them.
Both those segments were fantastic. Thank you very much for that. If either of you want to step away for a moment, refresh your coffee or something, I'm going to plug a few things, and then we'll come back and we'll take some questions from chat. Why more bookkeeping?
No thanks.
Wow.
I'm good with my Monster Max. Monster Max. It's probably killing me right now.
Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. That's for sure.
Not a sponsor. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to mute you guys for a few minutes, and we'll move on from there, because I have to tell you about, first off, a few little things. I'm going to thank, right off the gate, for making these shows possible and making sure that I can keep doing this silly thing where I sit here and talk to other nerds about video games and other such things. The credits tier and higher, the patrons over on the show's Patreon page. If you do want more of this show, it literally exists. There are more podcasts. You can follow along with the show notes. You can get a whole bunch of other little dorky things that I send to you. We have something very, very special, limited edition, for the first time ever, like a real created thing that went through different artists to be made for you guys. And that is coming out soon. It'll be after BlizzCon now because it took like 2 months to make. But that all is over there on the Patreon page. It's graphic updates monthly if you want to be thanked and shouted out. I really do appreciate that. And of course, helping out that helps out. I mean, Jesse, actually, this is a side plug if you're still sitting there. You recently did a big commission with Fabelina, right?
I did. It's one of my favorites to date. It is a spoof of the Drake meme, except it's with trolls.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And how, look, I'm so old school. I think the Horde was better off when our most beautiful race was dead people.
Well, okay.
Elves, get them out. I don't want elves in my Horde.
Nope.
Get them out.
I like that. But speaking of Fabelina, and why I wanted to segue over to that, is that we have a huge assortment of merch designs that Fabelina has done, as well as Tutron and a handful of others that are available right now if you want to support the show in a more physical manifestation. The Battle Azerite Day shirt is sort of a play on the Gorilla style shirt, or one of our most popular ones, the Little Arthas and Syndragosa. But I've been working with Fabelina now for years. So go shout out to Fabe on Twitter. Tell her how awesome her art is. And then you can wear it on yourselves. But of course, if you miss any of the live show here, then that's all on FinalBoss.tv. You can go to the podcast page, iTunes, Google Play Music, and the RSS feed. All the episodes are, of course, logged over on the YouTube channel. And then if you need other YouTube channels you're already not subscribed to, then, of course, there is Jesse's, which this is the other side note. You can type in youtube.com/Jesse Cox, but you can also still type in OMFG Kata, and it still works.
Heck yes.
It's so ridiculous. That's so old.
I know where my roots are from. I know where I came from.
Yeah, man. And then, of course, there's Crendor's page. He's still just Wow Crendor. You actually still introduce yourself as Wow Crendor on your YouTube videos, right, Crendor?
He is gone, surprisingly.
Oh,
who would have guessed?
Oh, he totally is.
Who would have guessed?
Oh, he totally is. Well, that's totally okay. I respect he's probably getting another round of coffee. He's got a whole bunch of gaming to do tonight, I'm sure. But all that would not be possible without your guys' support for the show, keeping this going. Again, we have the pre-BlizzCon specials today, and the post-BlizzCon special is on November the 11th, sit down with Preach and Nobble again. That's never going to change. It's like our 4th time doing a show with the same nerds, so we're going to talk about everything post-BlizzCon in the future there. And then, yeah, I think that's about all I have to bookkeep again, I think. Let me look on my notes. Yeah, I think we're good. Now, the question is, there's an empty chair there, but that's fine.
Are we going to talk about BlizzCon? Is that coming up?
That's literally the next section. Yes.
Is that? Oh, okay. All right. I was like, I don't want you to. I don't want Noble to speak for all of us. Come on. Come on.
Well, Preach and Noble, we go back and
Preach?
forth.
Nah, get out of here. Knobs and Preach, they're trouble.
Uh-oh. Well, yes,
they're
they are.
Trouble. Nah,
they're always beefing. They're probably got some more beef. Well,
oh, we need to get them to sit down over a drink.
I can't wait to do this show with them this year because of what I prefaced earlier, which, you know, just jabbing little kidney shots at Noble, though. But the actual time that he's now trying to get better in the game, like learning and min-maxing and stuff, and he's gonna sit down with two old school veteran raiders. It's gonna be there he is. The star of the show is
Here's
back.
the thing, though, dude's got like a knowledge of the game that is simply phenomenal. So, you know.
No, absolutely. Well, that's the thing. It's always been back and forth, is that Noble's always been a filthy casual that knows all about the story, and Preach is a dirty raider like I am, but doesn't think about the story. And then they fight about it. But now Noble's trying to like raise his DPS, his min-maxing, his stats.
Sure, of course.
They're going to fight about it, I'm sure. But you're asking about BlizzCon. So
yeah.
I'm going to bring up this first one. You tweeted about this the other day, Jesse. You actually put like your predictions out there.
I do have some, yes.
But I think the first one I want to bring up is that we were all like, oh, Diablo 4! Yeah! But then Diablo was like, there is no Diablo 4. But there is other Diablo. So, Diablo Battle Royale game, yeah?
God, that would be a mess. No,
I'd play it.
Yeah. I know you would. I think when it comes to Diablo, we can expect like a bunch of expanded universe stuff.
Ooh.
Like I know we'll get something for Switch. I know that'll happen.
Sure.
And they'll be like that. Probably the little Diablo area that's on the map is probably like a Switch area. But you notice there's like a thing behind it.
Mm-hmm.
There's like an additional area, and I feel like that might be some more of the like expanded universe stuff. I seem to recall there was rumor of an animation being done by the same team who was doing Castlevania. Yeah, so that will probably get some like hints on that. Maybe, I don't know. We won't see anything, I don't think. I think whatever it is, it's judging by that post they made, I feel like it's either going to be a remaster of an older game, like Diablo 2 or something.
That's what I would say.
But I don't think we're going to get a Diablo 4, which is kind of disappointing because that's the big... I was looking for something big this year.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. I just don't see a big thing. I can't find it. Every time I look through the schedule, I'm just like, I don't think we're getting anything crazy big this year, which I think maybe classic WoW is the crazy big thing. I don't know.
I told my predictions in a video, which I was like, what's better than just classic WoW? It's the perfect segue into like, we're not just going back in time in World of Warcraft. Ooh. We're going back in time and we're remastering Diablo 2, Warcraft 3, Warcraft 2, and some of your favorite old games. Everyone's going to be like, Wah!
This will go back 2+ years when I was fishing with Crendor, and we geeked out for probably like 80% of the entire fishing section, talking about how if Blizzard could take the Heroes engine, which is super good, and redo Warcraft 1, 2 of the expansions, and 3 of the expansions, the RTS, and release it, I think, with StarCraft, the RTS genre right now is so blah.
Well, and that's, I think, why they wouldn't. I mean, maybe if they did it, that'd be amazing. If they did it, that would be fantastic. But from like a business standpoint, as like a dude who's wasted a ton of money making games, like RTS is there's a reason they don't exist in great amounts right now, because no one's buying them. And so even though there's the nostalgia of like, oh my God, I would love to play a remastered all of those games, I don't know if it's worth the money to remaster them.
I think it's worth it to remaster, but not to make a brand new one. I think when they remake like Warcraft 3, for example, there's gonna be a lot of people playing online with new Battle.net. They're going to have more custom maps and scenario games. Like, that's all people really play with that. So, I mean, they've also already said, I think Mike Morheim, like 8 or 9 months ago or something, they remastered StarCraft. And they were like, any other remasters coming? And he was like, we've got, I'm not going to say anything, but we've got some on the table. So,
well,
like, I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think when I say like big things, what I'm referring to is like something that will sort of like capture the moment. Does that make sense? Like someone that like a new Warcraft expansion, or like something huge, but it doesn't have to be like a new franchise or anything. I'm just saying like something that will capture people's imaginations about like, oh my God, it's going to take another few years, but that's going to be amazing. Like things like that. I don't see any of that happening, but I think if I had to like, and I'm sure we'll break this down, but when it comes to Diablo, I don't see anything huge coming out of that. I see it being like a few announcements and probably, if I had to be real honest, probably one or two that's going to be like, oh, all right, that looks pretty cool. But nothing people are like, oh shit. Like people are running up and down the aisle screaming, and I don't see that happening with Diablo.
I think they might do only like a reveal if it was Diablo. If it'd be like the Elder Scrolls 7, where at the end of it all,
yeah,
it's just like Diablo. Yeah, it'll be like that, where it's just like, hey, it's the Diablo 4. We're working on it. We're not showing you anything or putting it here, but it's happening. I think they would do that.
If they did like some crazy super high-res Unreal 4 engine flyover of Tristram and then just put like the Diablo 4 logo on the screen, like 17 seconds, and just like no extra noise, nothing. I think that would destroy BlizzCon. That'd be really fun. But
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, if they had that, that would be big. That would be a big. Even if it was just that, I would consider that huge. I consider that a huge thing. But I feel like the fact that they, unless they're BSing us, which I'm all for, if Blizzard's just straight up lying so they can really drop a bomb on us,
PR
awesome.
Jumbo.
I'm for it. Yeah, I'm ready. But I feel like the post they made was sort of like the preemptive, don't get your hopes up, guys. So, yeah.
But maybe they're lowering our hopes. Our hopes are already low, and then they drop that, and it's like, woo!
You're right. You could be absolutely right.
That is a marketing tool. You're absolutely right. Yep. And leaking things is a marketing tool. Like when we learned about the Necromancer way before, and they launched it, like, oh, the Necromancer, and it was fun for like 4 minutes. That's fine. But
I think the other things will just be like new Hearthstone expansion. I hope they do some new game modes to compete with all the like Magic the Gathering now and like the Dota card games coming out.
I feel like it's going to be, if I had to say, Hearthstone's probably a new expansion, not just a new like dungeon mode or whatever. I think it's gonna be a new expansion that's gonna introduce some like new cool stuff, and that like if you're into Hearthstone, that's gonna be big for you. So I feel like that's probably gonna happen. But I have no idea what that could be, because boy, do I suck at Hearthstone, so that's not even on my radar.
It is one of the best games to play when you poop, though.
I mean, the game I play when I poop is Twitter. All my tweets. Every single one is on the toilet. So if you read a tweet for me, that's for you, internet.
I think they're starting to panic now with Magic the Gathering Arena, because I really like Magic the Gathering Arena. Like it's essentially just Magic, but with Hearthstone like board and like mechanics and everything. Like it's just fun to play. And then they've got like a lot of game modes in it, and I think they're losing a lot of people to that. And then the Dota card game's right around the corner, and everyone's going to try that out. So it's like, they got to do something.
Well, it's also, I mean, Hearthstone's been around a while. Yep. It's no longer a new, fresh game. Just like with all of the Blizzard properties, after a while, like Overwatch is still huge, but not as huge as it was. Like things like that, where it's just time. Time takes its toll, and people move on to new things. And Magic the Gathering Arena is the new hotness. And that's like it.
And then everything else will just be like more WoW information, like WoW patch 8.2 information, or like some of that. And then
I definitely think that'll be the big things. We'll figure out what the raid and what the story of 8.2 is. That'll definitely happen.
Ian's gonna mic drop 8.3 on us like he did Argus with Legion, when he was like, oh yeah, and we're going to Argus with the whole end of Legion thing, and he was like, with the picture of the planet. That's gonna happen with 8.3, because we're all waiting for the old god stuff. And it's not really there
hold on. Whoa. There are no old gods.
Oh, I'm sorry. Expansion. I apologize. There are no old gods in BFA.
What are you talking about? Come on. That's crazy.
I'm sorry.
Get out of here with that.
I saw Yaxaron in the raid the one time.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that was an illusion. That wasn't real.
Yeah. An illusion?
Yeah. What are you
hiding?
They're going back to Suramar.
An illusion?
What are you hiding?
When I talked to Ian shortly after getting off the stage at the Legion panel stuff, that was 2 years ago now, and he was just so happy. He was dropping new stuff and hitting the floor and everything, and he just felt happy and energetic. So there's gonna be some little bit of that, because he already did that keynote to like put out fires recently. So it's gonna be something.
I feel like we're only gonna get 8.2.
Yeah,
because we don't even have 8.1 yet.
Yeah.
And I feel like because like if we had it, if they dropped it this week, I think we probably get 8.3 stuff. But because we don't have 8.1, I feel like this gives them time to talk about implementing like a lot of quality of life changes for the game and then dropping 8.2. But if they drop 8.3, that's cool with me.
Yeah.
I just don't, you know, I'm the ever pessimistic when it comes to look, I've been to every BlizzCon. I remember when they promised us Dance Studios.
Oh no,
I
Jesse!
remember when they promised us Path of the Titan. Y'all, I remember all of it. So I'm just saying, I always undersell myself on BlizzCon because that way I can walk out being like, that was great. I had a lot of fun. What a great BlizzCon that was. But I never overhype myself anymore. I just can't do it. I can't do it.
Oh my god, I had a realization, like it was last night, because I was thinking, well, Diablo, like that's one game they'll do, like a remastered Diablo 2, and then I remembered they had one Tavern Brawl in Hearthstone where they had Diablo stuff, and I was like, oh my god, they're gonna do it. They're gonna blend Diablo and Hearthstone together. And now it's like it's in my mind that that's gonna happen.
You know what? I'm down for that. Fine, that'd be fun.
I feel like because they had like all the resources for the Diablo Brawl when they did it in Hearthstone, and now I'm just like, they're like, we got some new Diablo things coming, and I was like, oh my god, they're gonna do it. It's gonna be Hearthstone Diablo. I know it.
You know what? I'd be cool with like that'd be interesting.
It's a weird swing that like when the electronic CCGs, the digital card games came out, when Hearthstone splashed, it was like, oh, everyone made one, and then all calmed down for like the last 3 years. But then all of a sudden, with Gwent and Magic the Gathering Arena, they're all like, "Oh, card games again!" Right?
Yeah.
It just seems to swing a little bit. Right now,
what
Battle
is that?
Royale is way up there, though.
Slay the Spire?
Slay the Spire.
Yeah, Slay the Spire.
That's good stuff.
Could it be like that?
Ooh.
Could it be a Diablo
that's
Slay
true.
the Spire?
Maybe. That would be
That
pretty
might
neat.
be legit. That could be fun.
So you're unpacking things that Blizzard always does. They find properties that work really well, and then they Blizzardify them. That's what Overwatch was to TF2. That's what Hearthstone was to any card game.
That's what WoW was with EverQuest.
It was.
Yeah.
That's true. So we're going to see a Blizzardified something, because we all know they're working on like one or two new, not necessarily IPs, but projects. You can look at their recruiting board. You can see what they're looking for. That's why I still can't wait, because I don't want to like derail too much with Call of Duty, but obviously the new Call of Duty, pretty good.
Sure. I disagree.
Are good things.
I played it. Have you played it?
Well, what modes have you played? Because there are 3 different games
Battle
in
Royale.
one game.
Only.
Okay.
I don't give a shit about the other modes.
Right.
So like,
that's your problem.
It runs not great. It's a very arcadey, which is, you know, fine for some people. I don't really like the arcadey style. I like more of the like slow-paced battle royales. I really don't like a lot of the guns and like the way the guns feel, because it's like, oh, I got him and he's got armor on, and it's like and you're like, oh, cool, I hit his armor. It just doesn't feel as rewarding. And overall, I just think it's a mediocre game.
Fair. But you still have to, I mean, like you look at the top on Twitch now, and I think a lot of companies are looking at that right now.
Yeah.
What gets viewership? And like the top 3, depending on the day, is 3 different battle royales.
Yeah. Well, all you got to do is just put battle. I mean, PUBG, if I look at PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds right now, I have a total of 652 hours played in PUBG.
Oh my. I have like 30.
Yeah, I played it nonstop when it came out for like months a year ago.
0.
Yeah,
0 hours played.
my stream made me play it like 3 different occasions, so I had to. But yeah, but I do wonder. But my point of the Call of Duty reference was that when you see, and obviously Fortnite isn't made by like a low AAA company, or whatever, but you never know. But when Call of Duty gets put out by Treyarch and like this huge thing blows up, and it's finally like, oh, it's a AAA version, it always makes me wonder. Because Blizzard does that. They always do that. That's what Heroes of the Storm was as well. They keep going back and forth on that. So I just wonder, what property would they make to Blizzardify to make their own Battle Royale? Because it has to happen.
I mean, you could always do it with Overwatch.
Sure.
That seems like an easy one. I especially think we're going to get a lot of Overwatch stuff going in back to like, just to run it down real quick again. Hearthstone, definitely probably a new expansion. Heroes, at least one new character. maybe a new map, and then we'll get like a nice little cinematic with that. And then did I say I meant Heroes if I said Hearthstone, but whatever. Heroes, one character, one map.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I think probably no StarCraft of anything.
No.
Maybe a nice little competitive thing will probably happen.
We might have a new commander in that mode.
Yeah, possibly. They'll definitely do like a StarCraft still a thing and everyone's playing it.
Esports.
Yeah. But I think Overwatch will probably be there'll be a lot of Overwatch stuff when it comes to expanded things.
Ooh.
I feel like they're really reaching into the fact that like they're gonna do some new stuff with Overwatch. But the things I can safely say is like, yeah, we'll get a new character, we'll probably get a new cinematic and or map, probably. But who knows what it'll be. I'm still holding out hope that I have a piece of art from the original character roster of Overwatch, and there's like a weird dude in a chemical suit. Where's that guy at? I've been waiting. Where's that guy at? So who knows?
There you go.
But there's I think that we'll get a lot of stuff, but I don't think it'll be anything like, oh, it's the new Blizzard game.
Yeah.
Battle Royale Heroes. Like, I don't think we'll get anything crazy like that, but I think we'll get a lot of things, like a lot of little things. Like, here's this coming out, this is the thing we're adding, and we're doing this. And so I'm sure there'll be a lot to see and do, but I don't think it'll be anything like, people always get hyped because it's BlizzCon. And BlizzCon for a while was the place they announced huge stuff. But that's when they did BlizzCon every 2 years. And so I think it just changed.
Yeah, every year, I mean, we know now too, like our base is World of Warcraft. Every other is a World of Warcraft. Like next year, we'll get the new expansion launch. That's how the cadence they're on. So this year is like the everything else, BlizzCon, and then next year is the World of Warcraft BlizzCon, which is fine. But
yeah,
I am really curious. I think a lot of what you say definitely rings true, but we could totally be wrong.
Oh, yeah. I'm 100% down with being wrong. If anyone is fine admitting that he's wrong, it's me. I would love to be proven wrong, because that would mean that great things would happen. So like, that's good for everybody. What the hell do I care?
Yeah. It's kind of like when they announced Overwatch and everyone was like, what's this going to be? And it was like, hey, this is a brand new thing. And everyone's like, whoa, all right.
Yeah. I'll never forget, that's all we played that entire weekend.
Oh, gosh.
We played Overwatch. We played it so much that we learned all of the like crazy meta comps, and we played against someone, I don't remember what internet web, like what newspaper, like I don't know, one of the like gaming magazine, online magazines, someone we played against, and they got so mad they sort of like, this game isn't even fun, and like walked out of the room because we destroyed them so badly. And I will never forget that. It was great.
So is there anything else, I suppose, Crendor can wrap this topic up for you? Because now this will be, I just need to see what your reaction would be. What are you holding out for in all the leaks and potentials and hearsay and Reddit threads and MMO champion nonsense? What are you hoping for at BlizzCon this year? What would make you actually go, like you did earlier in the show, woo?
Well, ideally, I'd like Warcraft 4, but I know they're not going to do it. So it makes me sad, but I would like that. But I would be very happy just with the remastered games. Like, I'd want Diablo 2 remastered and Warcraft 3 remastered, especially Warcraft 3, because I've played a lot of Warcraft 3 on stream and like playing custom games and stuff. And they're actually still really fun. And so I would love to have that modernized, easier to play online. Update their custom map editor so I can actually make my own instead of using a like Windows 95 editor that comes with the old version. So those alone would make me very happy. And then I'll probably play Classic WoW there just because I'm like, hey, let's see what's going on. And then, yeah, Heroes will probably be just a character and a map. Overwatch, probably just a character and a map. And then I hope they do some crazy Diablo stuff. At this point, I think, I'm telling you, it's going to be Hearthstone, Diablo melding together. And then they're going to be like Diablo 2 remastered. And then they're going to be like maybe a battle royale. Well, it could be like any, they'll have at least one battle royale thing in some game. And then they'll be like Diablo 4 at the end of everything just on the screen. And then they'll walk away and everyone's like, ah! And that's that.
Because they
and then
are,
patch.
The weird part about it, if you look at the intro, the opening ceremony has Diablo first. And then there's the what's next panel right after that. And it's been, what, 3 or 4 years since Diablo was pushed forward that far? So it'll definitely be something.
I feel like the fact that it's first,
right?
I don't know. I am holding out hope for something. I love Diablo. Diablo 3, I still play to this day.
Yeah.
Like, it is super fun. And people, I think, don't give it a chance because of the way it started. But man, I don't know. I too was of the like, yeah, of course. So it's the first one, and every year the first panel is the big one, and that's where it goes down. But their post, I feel like, negated all that for me. I was like, all right, I don't expect anything.
The bait and switch, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
But unless there's anything else you want to talk about BlizzCon, I wanted to, if you had a moment, just a little wonderful moment or a nugget. Jesse already technically shared one when he beat those periodical magazine writers in Overwatch. But
I'm glad you had a better name for it than whatever the hell I said. I was like, online internet news pressers. I was like, the hell?
Is online written media. That's the joke. It's online written media is dead. I mean, a lot of them closed this year, actually. But how about sharing a wonderful moment that you can think of just off the top of your head about a past BlizzCon that you've remembered either all this time or even just last year or something that, like, you know, put a spring in your step or something that was super neat. I don't know, because you guys probably get completely swarmed. So, but what do you remember from all those moments?
I
was gonna let go.
Oh, Crendor can go. That's fine.
Yeah, I was
mainly
waiting
just
for him.
I just go to the media room and get free food and then play the game. And you don't gotta interact with anyone. Yeah, you just go up there. And it's pretty neat.
Wow. I was gonna say that we've never had any intrusive fans, and everyone's been really nice. And everywhere we go, people are respectful, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, sure, there's that too, I guess.
Crendor's there for the free food, Blizzard. That's if you want Crendor to come to your event.
They knew. They're aware.
They knew.
They're aware.
Right.
I mean, I just like the atmosphere of BlizzCon the most. You just like walk around. It feels a lot better than other cons because the other cons like, hey, buy our game. Here's indie game number 8,000. Hey, come play, you know, Ark Survival over here. And this is just kind of, like, you can just walk around and you still feel like you're having fun at BlizzCon.
Yeah, it's I think especially for all of us, God, it's crazy to say this, but when I say all of us, I think I mean all of us. Everyone that I know started out just going to BlizzCon for funsies, like as a fan, and now either work for Blizzard or do something associated with that on the internet, or have a show or a channel or a stream, or is in some way doing something that's bigger than when they first started, which shows how much of an impact World of Warcraft really had on a lot of people and how many people actually played it. Because, my God, those first couple years of BlizzCon, it was like going to hang out with your friends who are making silly machinimas or doing stupid stuff. And now, this jerk in chat works there and is like one of the big shots. And like, friends like Crendor.
Love you, Taryn.
Like friends like Crendor. It's crazy that everyone's sort of grown up from Warcraft and done something in this industry. It's mind-blowing to me that I have so many friends who are just involved because of this game. And so, it's one of those things that even though /Jesse Cox exists, /OMFG Cat is always going to be there. Because that's how we got started back in the day. And it's shocking to me how many people I know in this like influencer air quote gross barf industry that I have been like, oh yeah, you were at BlizzCon 2011 and we hung out and did this, or we did this. And yeah, man, I think that's the big takeaway from BlizzCon is it's never have I gone there with the intention to like really work on a lot of stuff. It's to go in and fun and just hang out with friends. And if I have the honor of interviewing someone, like last year, dressed up as May, Ian Hazakasa sat down and played for 2 hours with me on like the stream. Why? Because I was like, what if you came down here instead? Like, that's awesome. No one does that. BlizzCon's like a different world. It's amazing.
That interview was real good. Just because the juxtaposition of Ian trying to be like super official and like answer questions and like kind of let you know things, and you're just May.
Ian is the nut I'm going to crack. He tries so hard to be that guy who is professional and just real straight-faced. And every time I'm around him, I try my hardest to make him laugh and try to get him off topic. And sometimes it works, and sometimes he looks at me like, really? Really, this is what you're doing?
Oh, so, yeah. Yes. I have had
There's one time, there's another video, I don't remember how old it is, but it's years ago, and Crendor and I interviewed him online, and one of the questions I asked, I think it was along the lines of like, so when are we getting rid of crafting? I think is what I said. It's like, no one crafts anymore. What are we gonna do about it? Let's get rid of it. And he just looked at us like, it's not even funny, guys. Like, this is stupid.
Yeah,
amazing.
No, he is a good guy. He definitely is. But to completely do the same thing I did earlier in the show and shift gears, not even 180. This is a totally different spectrum.
Sure,
Jesse, sir, this is why
I'm slowly dying over here with this Monster Max. It's killing me.
That's fantastic.
It is like, in case people can't tell, I'm a little extra hyper right now, and it's straight up just because this stuff's terrible. Yeah.
Well, that'll be good fuel for this question then. So,
oh boy,
how many waifus is too many? Have you reached that amount yet? And could you care to toss out like your top 3 or top 5 waifus so the internet can Google them and then compare their tastes against yours?
Sure. All right, first off, you can never have too many waifus. Waifus for lifus. I will never reach maximum waifu capacity. My waifu bags constantly grow. And I think, man, top 5, that's tough. Let's see. Obviously, Aloy, hashtag Bayloy, is the best. Let's say Elizabeth from BioShock. She's a sweetheart and wonderful. Cassandra. All Cassandras, really. From all games. Let's see. Every orc female in all of World of Warcraft, 100%.
Oh gosh.
Every single one. Man, who else? Let me see here. Man. I got a bunch. I got like a lot. Oh, Jury from Street Fighter. Yeah, Mamma Mia.
There it is. There. That's what I was waiting for.
Hold on. And number one.
I think that was
May of all time. My sweet, sweet May. I love May. May is my number one. She has my heart forever. Yeah. Oh, and every woman in the Witcher series. Period.
There's just
every single one.
Caveat, just right there. Yep. No, I like that.
Yep.
I think we just became best friends though, because I've always talked about May. Because as my name is Bay, but B-A-Y, but obviously the B-A-E nonsense I can't get away from. But I've had this name for over half my life before that acronym existed.
And if you married this fictional character, her name would be May.
Oh gosh, I mean, well, you just put that fan fiction out into the internet there. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna be real. Like, I have many a waifu, and they're all sweet, precious to me. But like, you know, no one ever draws fan art of that. Never happens. I never see that sexy fan art of me and my waifus. It's always me and like Crendor or me and a friend. And I'm fine with it. Like, I've never looked better. The fan art's great, but it's never like one that I'm like, yeah, now that I can imagine. It's always like me and my best friends. Thanks, internet. You're doing it.
It's not wrong.
Do you have any waifus you wanna add any waifus, Crendor, to the list?
Oh, I'm not a weeb. So
No.
Wait, come
I know that's a lie. That's a lie.
What?
Super lie.
It's not. You think I'm a weeb?
See, that's wrong terminology because we're not even playing.
Yeah.
We just enjoy.
I watch like 2 animes.
I watch 0 animes. That you're 200% more weeb than I am.
That's not true.
There you go.
Yeah, it is.
That's not true.
Yeah,
How do you... Well, what about your
I
wife?
watch 0 animes. I have none of my waifus were animes.
You watch
Well,
anime.
I do
know
not
you
watch
do.
anime. I do
Some of them
not.
are in
No,
anime, but
no.
like to Street
What
Fighter
I watch
anime.
is called hentai.
There it is. There it is.
Please, it's vastly different. Vastly different.
That's actually really funny you brought that up. 'Cause I did one of those like top 5 blank tweets of the day that like exploded. And the first person that responded was Nobble with no punctuation, just put hentai. So I had to respond to him. Like I had to write my top 5 because obviously it's funny. You oh, man, that's funny. And the Dodger emotes come out in chat. Yeah, of course.
I mean, you've made games like Monster Prom. That's like anime dating.
Yeah.
No, Monster Prom is super unanime. Monster Prom is the most American Western illustrations in the world.
It's not true. It's a form. It's based off those things. I'm telling you.
Maybe
I've
it
played a
is.
game.
Maybe it isn't.
All
That's for the
I've
world to
played
decide.
a game. I would know. I've played dating sims with Dodger. I've played your dating sim. It's not that different. People are getting mad at me too because I was like, I'm gonna go for the mermaid girl, and they were like, "Why would you go for her? She's mean." I'm like, why not?
Crendor likes mean girls. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And there was I think Snake Lady.
Vera, she's lovely.
Yeah, but then I was rude to all the other people because I'm like, dude, I'm gonna score with one of these, and then no scoring. They're just like, nah. And then it was like, you sit at home and have.
Are
a
you
great
bitter
night.
that you didn't get a date to prom with a monster?
No, but it was like, oh, what did the thing say at the end of it? It said something like, hey, you didn't do that, but at least you got a high five or something. And I was like, dude, it knows me. It's the high fives. That's all I'm saying.
Oh boy.
That's all I'm saying.
I like that.
Yeah,
That's pretty
I mean,
good.
I don't know.
My follow-up question for Crendor after waifus, because I think if anything,
Why did I get the waifu question?
Well,
Is
because
that like a thing? Is that what I'm known for on the internet? Is that my brand? Being in love with fictional? Is that me?
I mean, it's
Is that what
kinda
Is this what I'm? Is that it? Oh God, my parents are gonna have problems with this. They're like, how did we raise you so poorly? I'm gonna get calls. My mom's gonna call me and be like, we saw your interview. How did you become a pervert? It's gonna happen.
Chat, I think, yeah. So there you go. Well, I was gonna put it in context. I think, at least in the relationship side of things, Crendor's waifu was probably IKEA. So how often do you still frequent IKEA, Crendor?
I mean, it's like maybe like once a month.
Oh wow!
That
Are
too
things
much,
okay?
too little? Well, it's I don't know. I mean, IKEA, it's a pretty good place. I enjoy walking around because I like going in the rooms, but like they don't change up the rooms enough that you want to go more than like once a month. Every month or so, you're like, hey, maybe they got some new rooms to like walk around, look at, sit in. That's the main reason. You just get a good walk. And yeah, I mean, people act like it's my mecca, but really, I've just went with it. It's like the meatballs. Listen, the meatballs are mediocre. They're mediocre meatballs.
Sounds like the honeymoon's over.
Yeah, I guess so.
So yeah,
Oh, man.
I mean, I'll tell you a great store, the Container Store.
Oh, okay.
Everything's OCD perfect,
no, I
clean, smells great.
I heard about this.
It smells like plastic chemicals. It does not smell good.
Yes, the smell of clean plastic chemicals. Those are
Oh yeah, no, you are one bad day away from being a serial killer. You are. I love the smell of
It's
clean
great.
plastic chemicals.
Yeah, if you gone to the Container Store.
I have. Is that
Jesse, have you?
Of course I have, because we've talked about it on our podcast.
Oh, damn it!
Wait, did we?
Yeah, you never stop talking about the Container Store.
Huh. it's a great place. Yeah, I don't know. There's the thing is, IKEA is just one of the places. I go all over the place and just walk around, like people watch, you know. How else are you gonna get material to talk about? Like, for example, at the grocery store the other week for our Cox and Crendor thing, I brought it up. There's a girl walking out of the grocery store, just had a milk carton, and she's just chugging milk. Like, walking out of the store chugging milk. That's like prime material. You're like, what's she doing? She couldn't wait till she got home. She couldn't wait till she got in the car. She like opened the milk in the store. There's so many questions. Why? Why does she need milk that bad? Number 2, why is she drinking it in the parking lot? Number 3, what does this situation even mean for humanity? And so you combine all those things and you get a nice topic to talk about. Instead of being like, you know, oblivious to your surroundings, just being like, yeah, I went to the store and I got, you know, some eggs. I've seen people just bypass that. Remember, oh my God, when I was in LA, we saw so many crazy people at the grocery store.
That's because we're in LA.
I've only visited, but I totally know what you mean.
So many. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of my hobby, is more just going out, getting my exercise, and people watching. Because there's always going to be some people doing stuff in public that's crazy. And that's not, you know, I'm not going out with like binoculars like, ooh, where are the people? It's just like walking around and whatever, you like walk past people. I remember I walked past one person in the mall and there's just, you only hear tidbits of it. So they're walking past on their phone. There's like, this stupid ass bitch. And I was like, yeah, I walked past her. That's what they said. And I was like, there's so many things. Why did they say that? Who are they talking to? Are they that mad at this person right now that they had to call somebody up and talk to them? Are they talking to that person directly? So many questions.
You know what? Here's the thing. Most of what Crendor's saying is incredibly stupid. But every so often, he's right. One time he and I were at the mall, and we walked by this big group of guys, and in front of us was this woman, and all the guys like looked at her, and then one guy goes, damn, she's a goober. And so from this point on, Crendor and I just assumed goober means like super hot. So like, yeah. Damn. So now, you know, that's like, damn, you a goober. So if I see you in person, I call you a goober, I'm like really respecting your like appearance that day.
Yeah. Goofy goober is like above that.
Yeah. If you're a goofy goober, you are like, ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at least that's what we think. At least that's what we might have misheard. But let it be known that the kids are calling hot people goobers. So
it's also the guy with the meatball sub.
Should I
He's like yelling at the pigeon?
I'm Urban Dictionary.
Maybe it is. Yeah, maybe it's on Urban Dictionary. Yeah, there was a guy with the sub who was like, just like, oh, don't take my meatball sub. Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, we see great people all the time. That time we went out to breakfast and a drunk guy walked in and the woman thought it was her blind date. That was amazing. Yep. Well, yeah, you just got to open your eyes to the world. Go out and let the world wash over you.
That's the spice of life.
Mm-hmm.
Observation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how else to like wrap the show. I was gonna ask if Chet had any questions, but I'm pretty sure if I asked that, the show would turn into a symposium because it would never end.
Blizzard Entertainment focused questions.
Oh, we could take a few because we're basically at time right now, and these boys have other things to get to. But that is, I saw a few things coming up that could be other series. There was one that scrolled by in chat. Crendor top 5 random strangers.
Top 5, right? Well, I'll probably get sued for that. They'll like find it on the internet.
Oh no. Blizzard questions. Oh,
yeah.
Man. See, some of these could be, I mean, your favorite Blizzard entertainment moment in history is something stick with you all these years.
Oh man, when a certain team of 5 misfits banded together to win on stage at BlizzCon, the very first ever competitive match of Heroes of the Storm. I don't know who was on that team, but they were skilled players, and whoever their healer was, by God, was he good. I've never experienced anything like that in my life. Boy, wherever that young man went, I'm sure he went on to great things.
Oof. That was the braggiest humble brag.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, keep the voice going. That really helps it.
No,
that helps it along.
That clever boy. Whatever happened to him?
Oh gosh, Crendor, do you have one?
Do I have a question?
No, the
What? I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at chat and looking back here.
Oh no. So just a Blizzard entertainment moment that has stuck with you. Like it's like a Rorschach test. When you get asked this, what pops up?
Wait, who am I asking?
What? No, you're answering the question.
I'm asking you. Yeah, I'm asking you. I'm sorry.
Who are you asking? What are you talking about?
No one cares about me. They're all here
what
for
is
you guys.
going on with you? Why would you, the guest, ask a question?
What was in that coffee?
Not strong enough alcohol.
Well,
I wish it had alcohol in it, but it didn't. So, I mean, I don't know. I can't think of anything specific. I just have a bunch of like jarbled together memories of like raiding, playing
one
games.
jarbled together memory.
All right, there was one time where I was raiding Molten Core, and the entire priest chat that I was in of like 8 priests.
At BlizzCon.
Oh, at BlizzCon?
BlizzCon
I thought you said like Blizzard memory in general.
Oh, is it Blizzard?
Well, Jesse put it as a BlizzCon memory, so yeah, that's.
Did I screw this up?
No, you're good.
Well,
you could tell we're at like time. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. There's your Molten Core. We had the whole priest chat, and then they had I think like a 20-minute discussion on pickles, and I always remember that because it's such a weird thing to discuss. Types of pickles. What flavor's best? You got your dill pickle, your gherkin pickle. You got your like standard pickle.
You can't. Even your conversations with your guild are Crendor conversations.
And that was vanilla WoW. That's what brought the community together. It was us and priest chat talking about pickles.
Talking about pickles.
Yep.
The show is probably critical mass at this point, I think.
What?
There's a couple, there's a couple of questions. This one is interesting to me. I don't think it would. Maybe Blizzard could trust you enough for this, but if you were extended the offer to host BlizzCon,
it would never happen. Let's be very clear. They'd never do that. In no world would that ever happen. But go on, please. Go on. Yeah, that would. This is definitely not going to happen. But like, we'll pretend. Sure.
Well, the question was, would you?
Oh, if they did, hell yes. They never will. But if they did, we could do a Cox and Crendor, and we'd make that like community night sparkle.
Right.
So we could actually tell jokes that relate to the content of the games.
Yeah.
We could do it.
That's a bit of a dig. I like it.
Otherwise it's just some like random person going up and they're like, let's go, gamers. We're gonna be gaming today with Loktar. Ooh, can I get a Loktar in the audience? All right.
Hey there, crazy kids. It's me, Mojo Maker from Fire Tree, coming to you live. How's it going? Can I get a Loktar? They'd be like, get them off stage. No, can I be real? Hosting is probably one of the hardest things in the world.
I believe it.
Hosting in front of BlizzCon, God, that would be a nightmare for me. As much as I want to be like, yeah, of course I do it. I imagine that would be like just I would talk about just getting beat up on stage. There's no way I'd make it out of there alive. So to every host, God bless. I hope you keep it up.
Just let Michelle keep doing it, right?
Michelle's great. She's a consummate professional, unlike me. I am not. I am definitely not that person. So
I probably they wouldn't do it because I'd be up there and they'd be like, Heroes of the Storm thing. And I'd be like, yeah, that looks kind of dumb. All right, well, let's move on to Overwatch.
So
I mean, wow, that looks great.
It's funny that segue comes in because the question I want to wrap on before that you guys do all the plugging, shout out, whatever you want to leave the community with moment is, what would be, if there is such a thing, and this is the Blizzard entertainment monster like it is across the whole spectrum, any game, whatever, what job, if you ever were approached with, would you take from Blizzard to work and sort of don the blue, as it were? I gotta get Crendor's answer first on this one.
Oh, I would just do like anything with like just story writing or like any type of lore writing or whatever. I mean, I can already do it better than they can.
Yeah.
I can find some, I could fill in the loopholes.
Ooh.
This is why we're not going to be invited to host. We're never going to get that invite.
I was trying to like make it homey and fun, and then
we're never
kind of ruined it.
Never
I wouldn't be a community manager. You kidding me? I'd like day 2. I'd be like, somebody idiot like posting a big forum thread like, guys are so dumb.
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, we need you to leave.
Yep. Jesse, how about you?
Yeah. I mean, what did Chris Metzen do? I would do that. Like whatever Metzen, in my mind, Metzen like came up with ideas and threw it down on like a napkin he found. Like he just while he's drinking coffee in the morning, he wrote a bunch of ideas down and then was like, do this. That's what I want. I want to be like not the person who does the day-to-day lore story bits, but the person who like grand strategizes the like 4 expansions from now. I want to do that.
I just picture him walking into the boardroom. They're all like talking and everyone just goes quiet and he's just like, and he's just like reaches in like throws it out. It's like, that's what we're doing.
This is the next expansion. They're like, it's like scribbled on. They can barely read it. Like, okay, yeah, we can do this. And he just leaves, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I want. I just want to do the job where you come up with fun ideas about like the future of stuff. Let Crendor and I be the leads on a new expansion in the future.
Let us create.
Oh
no. Let us create.
You think we're joking, man? I see everything. I see everything they could do. And I could make it sparkle. Let me tell you something.
Right.
Questline. Orc dating sim. Think about it. Where you have to go on dates with different orcs. I'm just putting it out there. It would be amazing. And at the end, you get a mount. Takes 30 days to complete. I'm telling you right now, takes 30 days. It would be amazing. It'd be amazing. If you're Alliance, orc dating sim. I'm telling you right now, it would be amazing. It's in like, Tanaris or somewhere. Orc dating sim. 30 days, you get Love Rocket Mark II. I'm telling you.
Oh, there it is.
You would love it. That's just one of my ideas.
Huh. I like it.
Just one, though. Everyone gets one.
Yeah. You have to pick. At the end, you have to pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's for you, Blizzard. That's for Terran. Terran, take that up the chain of command. Get that in front of those people. Go back to the earlier part of the video when we did the Crendor reading stuff, so he'll be part of the lore, and then Jesse for the voiceover stuff. He'll help you make the ideas. They put their resume in this video. So
hello, me lord. No. Would you like to date an orc? And they'll be like, Zug Zug, I am an orc. And then the one will be like, oh yes, date me, you will. Come on, Blizz. This needs to happen.
It's gotta happen.
We're getting booted off. This is it.
No. I could keep going, but I know you guys have other things to do. Oh, no. I really want to know why your orc sounds very Yoda-y. I think we need to...
Because he's the peon, and that's how peons sound.
Okay.
How dare you?
Press pass rescinded. Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Well, as is tradition, I'm going to hit this button real quick here that signifies that we are at the end of our journey here today. So thank you all very much for tuning in. Episode of 171 of Final Boss TV. This is the pre-BlizzCon special. Brought to you in partnership with this little website down here. Thank you, Wowhead. And of course, go check out Wowhead for all of everything in World of Warcraft right now. If you need to do stuff before you leave for BlizzCon, figure out if you're turning in or killing rares or do whatever you need to do, go check out Wowhead for that. But around the corner again real quick, we can say bye to chat, of course, but Crendor, Wow Crendor on the YouTubes. Just Crendor on Twitter, you got that fix up I saw, but you can go follow him when he... How many more non-content cat videos or fridge cam videos do you have coming soon?
Well, I don't plan these. That's the beauty of non-content.
Sure.
None of it's planned. It's all improvised. You bust out the phone. There's no editing in a non-content. As soon as you put editing effort into it, it obliterates the non-content because that's created content by editing it. So that's the first thing. But I mean, yeah, I'm Crendor on everything but YouTube. And even if you go to youtube.com/Crendor, it'll redirect you to WoW Crendor.
Oh.
Which, yeah, pretty neat. But then everywhere else, I'm just Crendor. Twitch.tv/Crendor. Twitter.com/Crendor. You know, all those things. And then me and Jesse got a podcast. It's Cox and Crendor. SoundCloud.com/Cox and Crendor. YouTube.com/Cox and Crendor. And YouTube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast. One's animations, one's podcast.
The animated is phenomenal. Daniel is a gem. Does phenomenal work.
That's true.
That is true. But Crendor, thank you for being on the show. It's been 2+ years in the making when we fished together forever ago. So
it is.
It was a lot of fun back then. We'll definitely talk to you both soon. And then there's Jesse, who's just Jesse Cox on YouTube. Or you can actually type in OMFG Kata. Still works.
Still there. Yep. Hi everyone. Is this where I shill? Hi.
Yes, please do. Go for it.
Okay. Hey, first off, apologies to everyone on Wowhead. We were a little silly today, and I know you like your information candid and true and awesome. We didn't do that. Also, you can find me on youtube.com/JesseCox or twitch.tv/JesseCox or Twitter, JesseCox. God, I do a bunch of role-playing stuff now. I have a show that I DM that is sort of like a Stranger Things-ish spoof. And then there's another show we just started with the delightful Steven Lumpkin, who is our DM, and it is a Dark Souls Castlevania style D&D game where a lot of people die a lot of time. And God, Cox and Crendor, of course. I have another podcast called Chilluminati where we talk about paranormal stuff, and I poo-poo all of it, and everyone else on the show is like, you're wrong, it's real. And then, yeah, I have a Star Wars book club, and I'm all over the internet. I do a lot of stupid things. Co-optional podcast is still going strong.
Yeah.
Just all the things in the world. And, you know, I'm still raiding with my guild and still chugging along in WoW because that game got me, and I can never leave. And I'm part of the Matrix or whatever now, so that's the thing.
How the actual heck you keep up with all this stuff, I have no idea. But more power to you, sir.
Yeah, imagine, you know, trying to, like, find time to, like, go on dates and stuff too. I don't sleep.
You made a video game for that.
True, you did.
That's true. Yeah, no, Monster Prom, pick it up now. New DLC coming soon.
This was a delightful experience. You guys are both wonderful. Thank you very much for your time on the show today. I don't have anything else to bookend or anything like that. Of course, if you missed the show, you can go check it out on YouTube. All my links just at FinalBossTV. Everything is right there on the new website. And the outro music is actually getting further along than it normally is. But post-BlizzCon special, Preach and Novel coming up on the 11th. Then we have some State of Tanks, Healers, Range DPS, and Melee DPS. And then the year-end special with Brutal, Taliesin, and Evitel talking about the epic WoW Battles of History Season 2. That's next year. But thank you all for being here today, tuning in, and until after BlizzCon. This is my thing that I do. Ready? Wait! Wave by the nice people. Wave by, make... Yeah, oh god.
Oh, can they see us now?
They can see us. Well, yeah. Stop! Why do you... What do you do? I don't... It's not a sponsor. Jesse. I'm just gonna...
No, you mean Monster Max?
No,
the reason I'll be at the hospital later?
Stop.
Monster Max. It's killing me.
I'm muted now. You did. Shh.